disease is really scary, especially if it's anything like what you see in the movies. Cabin fever. Cabin fever, outbreak, contagion, and my favorite, dawn of the dead. What we fail to see, though, are the real horrors that are breeding on our desks as we speak. One of them being influenza. Getting a yearly vaccine, though, can stop you from getting sick, because we can't do anything like stop ourselves from touching the desk, the door, coming into contact with people. We can't help that. Or breathing the air. You can't stop yourself from breathing, I'm sorry. The flu vaccine can keep you healthy and save your life. My parents made me get a vaccine, and it was the best decision they ever made, because I'm always getting sick, and for once, it actually helped. I would like to warn you how fast the flu can spread and how it can kill you, how there is no cure, and how the flu shot can help you. Movies about disease used to scare me, not because of what the disease did, but how fast it spread. Not only does influenza spread really quick, every year it evolves into a new strain. That's why we keep getting sick, because we're not used to the new strain. And sometimes it evolves into a really, really stronger form. According to the CDC weekly report for 2013 last week, 14 people were hospitalized because of the flu, and 78 deaths this year have already been reported. Elizabeth Weiss for USA Today reported on January 13 that since then the mortality rate has been above the epidemic line by 7.3%. That's not a lot, but death is actually something very serious. And although it's decreasing southwest of the country, it's moving here, and it's increasing here in the country, right in this part. And with the different strains out there, just because your friend lasted a week does not mean you will. When I got sick, it only lasted for like 2 days, and I was fine. When my sister got sick and I came home, I found out that she was almost hospitalized with a fever of 104. If she had gone 2 degrees higher, she would have gone into a seizure. That's how bad it can get. We come into contact with things every day. Like, you can't help but touch your desk. How many of you had to touch that door to get into class? And I'm not just saying just had to fully open the doorknob. You actually had to touch the door in general. How many of you touched it? Raise your hands. Higher. Higher. Yeah, most of you did. The human touches their face 2,000 times a day without even realizing it. You're touching your desk. Someone before you could have coughed on that. Now you're in contact with it. And being that influenza is a respiratory disease, you're breathing. You can't help but do that. You are always at risk of getting influenza. There's no stopping it. I hope you now realize that the flu spreads like a horror movie. Unfortunately, in real life, we can't easily find the origin of a virus or a cure. There is no known cause of influenza, like there is no cure. With every disease like HIV and cancer, we always try to find where it started. According to the CDC, certain strains of influenza will come from certain animals like birds, avian bird flu, swine flu, and bats. I didn't think bats could give us flu. Don't be touching no bats. But where the virus started, no idea. And because we have no idea where it came from, we don't have a cure. According to Kaiser Permanente, updated last April, all adults, including us, should get vaccine. I'm sorry. Because we don't have a cure, there's no full-blown way of stopping it. So, according to Kaiser Permanente, we can take antiviral medication like Robitussin, Dayquil, all that to reduce the symptoms or kill at least shorten the virus's lifespan. But once you get it, you can't stop it. There is no getting rid of it. So because we have no idea where it came from, we have no idea how to cure it. However, there are ways of preventing it. The best way to stop or at least reduce the severity of it is by getting a yearly vaccine. according to Kaiser Permanente, updated last April, like I said, all adults, meaning us, we are all, I'm assuming, above the age of 18, should get a yearly vaccine. If you can't handle needles, however, there is another way. Nowadays, we have another option, and that's a nasal spray. Traditionally, this is given to children, though, because, doctors were kids, they grew up, and they remember vaccines, so they made a nasal spray. So if you can't handle needles, you can actually call your doctor and ask if you can get a nasal spray instead. You can still get sick, though, even if you get vaccinated. That's one of the symptoms, unfortunately, it's feeling flu-like symptoms. But once you get over it, you're now immune to that strain, but now you're immune to also other strains that are similar to it. So now you can stop worrying about touching the desk and touching your face. Now you can also not worry about breathing the air. We can all agree that being sick sucks. With the vaccine, however, at least it's not so bad. Getting the vaccine is a wise investment for your health and can keep you off the mortality statistic. Remember, it spreads quickly, really fast. There is no cure, but there are ways of preventing it, the best being the vaccine. The flu is the flu, but with the way it spreads, we would be this right now. That would be us, if it were that case. If you think it's too late to get vaccinated, according to Harvard Men's Health Watch Journal, January 1st, 2013, the peak spread of the flu is actually in the months of January and February. So you can still get sick right now, but it's not too late to get vaccinated. When I think about those 78 people who died, I wonder if they had loved ones and what those loved ones had to endure as they watched that person get sick, go into fever, get hospitalized, and die. So you don't have to get vaccinated right now. You don't have to run out there. Okay, so that's your decision. But all I'm asking you is that if you consider getting one, get it first so that your loved ones don't have to watch you die. Okay? Thank you.